Yeah, to the Patriot Act. No, because you don't have no choice but to comply with it. That shit you could do against the Patriot Act. That's how the Patriot Act is literally like this is a fucking set of new words to go off on like open up the government coffers. Yeah, open up the government pockets, open up the federal government's pockets, and then eventually the administration by law and the system itself allow for the federal government to allocate like 0.01% of its resources digitally systematically inside of a space area that you call Patriot Act. That's way to like just going out to like build hardware infrastructure for like a structure that's way to like a digital communication to then allow the government to go off and like somewhat use new tools and systems that allow them to penetrate through communication systems. That's how, yeah, that they then use inside of a domain of warfare. That's how, so they get to like somewhat bring in the prototype or like the military weapon and strategy that they were testing overseas. That's how, yeah, into the hands of like civilians or like military individuals that work with it and then retired or went out to join the civilian workforce to then go off and be civilians on, especially with like a couple scientists or engineers or they're like directors to then go off and work on that project itself, and then which they just get a vein of the funding and the system into their mouth with like certain protocols or certain parameters that protect them to like the domain of lawmakers or like federal immunity. What's up? Federal immunity is just pretty much telling you that they use the military to go off and protect themselves on their base. What's up? And you cannot have access to the base unless you want to go off and engage into a civil war itself. What's up? That's pretty much what federal immunity is. What's up? Federal immunity is the government telling you that it has the ability to go off and withdraw inside a military base, and there's nothing you can do about it because of the fact that in order for you to penetrate to a military base as a civilian, you have to go off and wage war against the entire government, all their brothers, onto like all military bases itself. That's what federal immunity is. Like federal immunity ends when there's a civil war on the space, and then militaries are at war, and they try to reshape and redesign the military based off a new law or new concept on the special, right? But you already know that how pussy some of the niggas are on the special. They'll never engage into a modern day civil war in this time and age where they're like the system is so easy into more things like the hard difficulty. Yeah, the hard difficulty comes with like a modern day survival to not get killed by an easy weapon on the special is extremely hard to be honest. If you can imagine what's up. Right, so you don't get that support unless you can go off and have like a unity with like billions of people on tomorrow, especially to go off and scorch on earth the civil system in the United States or on the space. You never found support for it in this modern day age when you have like clean running water because of the fact that the other parties themselves have things to lose, and then actually the trade-off itself is just like too risky into more space. Right. Well, I said, I don't know, man. I love the United States, and then I got like a random ass fucking, what's that? It's the fucking state trooper? The fuck is a state trooper? What's up? Is that nigga in his car? They're in the middle finger. What's up? Yeah. Is that another one over there? What's up? Yeah. What state troopers are these like the fucking highway cops? Yeah, give that nigga the middle finger over there. What's up? Yeah, another fucking fag into my office. Yeah. Yeah, Jay fucking middle finger. Yeah, he's talking to a hoe over there. I said, yeah, no, nigga dabbed. Yeah, don't look at that. So I said by the end of the day, yeah. I said by the end of the day, snitches don't like lame ass fucking cops. So all they can do is eat my middle finger and then talk to the judge. So I said by the end of the day, I just going about my affairs, bro. I said, no, because I tell you the fucking crackheads, yeah, hang out with the crackhead cop over there. That's like a boss into the drug trade over there. They rely on the network to go off and like sell drugs to kids. So the topics was like countering selling drugs or raping children with 764. 764 is the entire debate of the modern day system where like your black sisters and your black brothers sold you up because of the fact that they wanted to go off and like kidnap little children over Roblox and fucking rape them on the fucking space. Because that was part of their cyber money on the fucking space. And then the white dude got pissed off because his cut became smaller. Yeah, into more fucking space. They finally figured out his secret into what he was doing over the internet for like fucking 20 years. Yeah, kidnapping and raping little children on the fucking space with some of the Asian niggas on the space, and then passing them off as they grow older. And then by the time some of our teenagers in prison, they really could come out and like go off and like me too the nigga on the space. So that nigga make sure that he fucking poison and kill everybody on the space, and your fucking system let him do so. Yeah, just because of the fact that you have multiple governors and like senators that took money from that shit on the space. So none of them want to be linked towards a massive fucking case of him. Yeah, I cannot make this shit up, man. I said, I don't know how that's my fault. That's all right. Yeah, because somewhere the niggas themselves did a loop into me, into my offense special, and so I don't even play Roblox, and so all I do is just go off and watch CoffeeZilla, and then somehow the dudes that want to pull the docs, because I thought the law enforcement crew was like mad dirty. That's all. Yeah, did a loop into themselves, and then we see that was the bad luck. That's all. Yeah, I don't know, man. I tell you, today was not given to me. I tell you, fuck the cops into my offense special. Don't trust no nigga or no hoes on the fucking special. I said they're not even out serving or protecting the public over there. That's all. They're all about profit to go off and like fucking cause errors on the special, just so they could go off and make money. That's all. They go off and put that nigga over there in 7-Eleven just so they could go off and collect money, and then eventually go off and plant drugs on him just so they could take everything away from him. Because you know the commies taught them well into my shit for yeah, so they go off and rob the nigga on the special, because that's the name of the game. You go human beings like pets, and then you let the fucking human beings go off and do work, especially while you go off and you dive inside a domain like advanced weaponry to go off and hunt around the special. So that in that age area, it's electronic warfare and surveillance. So then you use the electronic warfare and surveillance to like fucking make sure they control in some way, and then eventually you cut them off at a certain time. And then you take all the shit, you make a profit, and then you send that nigga to prison, and then you let him die in there. What's up? Rinse and repeat, because you're making that money grows as like power money, influence into the top, and then eventually that nigga over there get hit by a fucking artificial system they even know existed. That go off and make him go turn into dust, and then it goes off and live without him. They call that the city and the state itself. What's up? Right. So I tell you, man, I don't know, man. I said all that listening that they're doing to me over there. What's up? Yeah, you sure as hell hope that the fucking losers will go off and be enlightened by hiring a fucking higher enlightened fucking talk and give them the fucking freedom inside their own fucking mind over here. But instead, I go that way, man. I tell you, I ain't got time for these things on the special. You see what I've been doing in prison? Calculating fucking spaces on the special, just so that this shit over here could never fucking catch me in a death trap. That's how I always gotta move. Yeah, that's the way to like, we're always walking towards the front door, and always walking towards the front door into my offense special. And then shit they can't do about it, because I make sure to go off and like learn my skill and my talent to learn mathematics. That always makes me money. While these niggas who go off and like kiss my black ass over to go off and learn from me.